it feels like a game pack and a lot of base game features that they didn't want to add into base game and said, okay, we're just gonna go ahead and make it a DLC because we can kind of like finesse this a little bit. What is up, guys? My name's Yen. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? And if you're a return subscriber, welcome back. We're officially 10 seconds away from the gameplay trailer, so let's go ahead and watch this. I'm excited. Everything will be timestamped. Okay, so it's like meetups. It's kind of like clubs, if y'all are asking me. I feel like it seems like... I just feel like it seems like clubs. I have to do this podcast style. I mean, this is cute, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching. Okay, so we can name our business. That's pretty cute. Lounges, we already got. Museums, we already got. Bakeries, we can kind of already do. Like, we can already basically own our own bakery. I mean, there's a lot of things we can turn into a business, kind of in a way, if you do it right. But okay, so we can kind of do like a, you know, like a cafe lounge, like poetry vibe, if you want. I think some of these pieces are going to be really nice to play around with in build and buy mode, but I don't know, y'all. Small business venue, business mod. Okay, so we could... I don't know. It's giving base game update. Is it just me? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do in the business, which is pretty cool, but... You know... It's giving... okay, I'm gonna wait. Because I really... Okay, that's kind of convenient, especially if you're doing like the live-in business with like apartments and all that jazz. Is this not Dine Out? This is basically Dine Out, but they made it a DLC. Oh, ooh. Right on her face. Okay. I realize that The Sims is very entrepreneurial with a lot of the DLC that they come out with. Oh, okay. I feel like that would have went a long way with carnivals. Like one-time entry fee, it's kind of like, you know, having fun with amusement parks, but that's my personal opinion. Okay. This is Dine Out. I'm a little under the weather, guys. I apologize, but this is freaking Dine Out. I don't care what anyone says. This is literally based on Dine Out. You can find me if you want. They're trying to justify. It's like as if they grabbed every single feature of Dine Out and like explained it, and then they're trying to justify the reason it's an expansion pack. You know what I mean? Okay. That's a pretty cool feature. Okay, so you can like pass down and like just be like, okay, we're giving it to our kids. I'm passing it down. I think that's cute. cute. I definitely want to do a Let's Play on this. I just feel like they're focusing on something that we've already had, and they just added a bunch of different other features up to it. You know what I mean? Some items and interactions shown require The Sims 4 vampires and The Sims 4 werewolves. I mean, it's cool with cross-pack compatibility, but I just feel like a lot of this is based off of cross-pack compatibility if you want it to actually have a longevity of gameplay. Because otherwise, they just keep talking about stuff that we already have in the game. I think we are getting new foods, though. I don't think I've seen that before. That was a little too childish, if you ask me. Oh. Imagine giving somebody a bad tattoo on the first try. I would literally cry. Y'all, I'm stressed. This has me stressed. Okay, I think we need to be honest. I'm gonna be brutally honest, and I think a lot of people are gonna be mad. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of cool. Like, I'm gonna be actually here for that because a lot of people cannot download CCs and mods, so that's gonna be kind of cool to like download tattoos. The create a sim is create a sim, you know, Sims 4 vibes. I hate that the world looks like that. The world looks so boring. And of course, they do the whole pre-order this BS, and then, you know, you get these ugly 3 items. All right, this is not being negative. I'm just, let's see. There's no lag. Okay, I'm not mad. Business and hobbies, exploring. Okay, so excited. Okay, it's giving a little bit of both. Some people are very excited. Some people are really happy about it. Some people think they went all out. Some people are like, this is amazing. I'm not buying this. Please fix for rent. Well, there's so much to do in the pack. Oh, wow. This just might be negative. I'm guessing. I'm gonna read everybody's opinions. They gave us a really long gameplay trailer, 7 minutes to be exact. I think it's time to be brutally honest with The Sims 4. I do feel like a lot of the expansion packs do not feel like expansion packs as of lately, and especially being with the new Business and Hobbies DLC, I'm just not here for it. I think this is a cute idea. I love the idea of actually being, I think the biggest selling point of this is multi-purpose lots and being able to basically designate a certain place of where your Sims are working separately from where they're living. It didn't really expand on too many hobbies except for pottery and candy store and tattoo shops. And don't get me wrong, I really am here for the tattoo shops. I really think that's going to be a really cool feature that we're going to have. This is something that we have not already seen before. I do feel like this is Dine Out, and imagine if they put out Dine Out and then they ended up trying to explain every single little feature of Dine Out, trying to justify why it should be an expansion pack. It just doesn't make sense. This is why I feel like this should be a game pack, because it has very similar features to Dine Out, and it's as if almost they're grabbing every single little feature and trying to drag out an explanation and justify why it should be an expansion pack. And some of it just doesn't give off the fact that it should be, in my personal opinion. Of course, I would love to hear yours down below in the description, but again, we are going to get a little bit more into this trailer. I do personally feel like it's a little too late. Players have been asking for an open business style pack for nearly a decade. So, but at this point, it's just kind of like a, hey, we're going to throw in this new feature and call it a DLC, and we're going to call it an EP, and you know, a lot of simmers are going to buy it, especially this feature right here. This gives and screams Dine Out to me, and if Dine Out can do all of this, if Dine Out could do all of this and become a game pack, so can this. I feel like this is actually dragged out, and they're trying to make it more than what it is, especially because the world, I feel like that's why they're trying to justify an EP as well, is because they're bringing a whole new world into this. But a lot of people are always stating that this is basically 2.0 version world of some of the worlds we already have, and I completely agree. I'm very disappointed at the lack of diversity that's been happening with the Sims 4 world and they've been introducing. But then there's a lot of other things like this, like, you know, managing salary and getting actually to choose you want to hire versus like the standard ones that we we usually get. I do think it's cool that we can hire Sims and as well as our own Sims and pass it down. I think that's going to be a great heirloom, especially if you bring it on with the life and death EP, and then maybe the Sim is getting very old and they want to pass it down to their granddaughter or grandson. I think that's a really cute idea. Now, there is gameplay features in this, and I do like the gameplay features, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like a lot of these are kind of add-ons, and a lot of these should be base game updates, and a lot of people are going to be mad at me when I say this, but a lot of these features are base game updates. Tattoo shops, being able to put tattoos on, being able to, since we already have tattoos in game, tattoos should be a base game update. Being able to put tattoos on people should be a base game update. We already have tattoos in the game. If you want to act like you're, running a tattoo shop, even though you can already put tattoos on it regardless if you have the pack or not, doesn't make sense to me. You should just already have, you should just make that a tattoo update. And I feel like the idea of running a business from home is great, but what about an actual commercial lot? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this is kind of restrictive compared to having dedicated retail spaces like Get to Work, where you can kind of separate that vibe. Y'all let me know down below in the comments how y'all feel about that, because I feel like, again, they're trying to justify it, and I don't know, it's just not really giving justifiable. Another thing I want to talk about is the ticket kiosk, and I just feel like it's a little bit of a lazy workaround around gameplay, because again, yeah, charging for entry or time spent is a really cool, interesting way. I feel like that would have went alongside carnivals, and I'm kind of scared for the Sims to do carnivals, let's be real, because I feel like a lot of that's gonna be rabbit holes, but that's besides the point. It seems like a band-aid for a lack of way they could have made this a little bit more complex and a little bit more, this is how we're gonna do the game. Like, it's just like, okay, here's the kiosk, okay, now look, we have a business. And I get it, some places do have kiosks, and it does make sense in some, and depending on what kind of business you do want to do, it is going to be useful. But I also feel like it's kind of like it takes away from the kind of like the business management mechanics that players actually want, especially with the gameplay. If I'm playing an expansion pack, I want gameplay 110% of the time. And if I'm playing an expansion pack, I want to feel like I'm playing an expansion pack. And if I'm spending $40, I want to feel like I'm spending $40. I don't feel like I'm spending $40 here. I feel like I'm spending on, I feel like I should be spending money on a game pack. It feels like a game pack and a lot of base game features that they didn't want to add into base game, and said, okay, we're just gonna go ahead and make it a DLC because we can kind of like finesse this a little bit. And they are finessing it. I'm not gonna lie, they did drag out this 7-minute gameplay to really try and sell the fact that this is worth it and this is justifiable. Again, I am a little under the weather, so if my voice is going in and out, it's because my voice is cracking. I don't know what's going on. Sellers already sell things that they've made already on Plopsy and retail stores, so making them feel like, oh, like look what you can do, it's a little bit underwhelming. I feel like you can already do this with like the marketplace that we can do, and it's just, it looks a little bit repetitive. And yeah, I mean, y'all let me know down below in the comments how y'all feel about that. This should have been, I feel like this should have been an add-on to Get to Work. I feel like this would have been a really good way to be like, okay, this is a Get to Work less, like maybe if they sold it off as a stuff or game pack, but said this is like Get to Work 2.0, this would have made a little bit more sense. But having it be a completely separate expansion pack is definitely screaming EA and cash grab. That's my personal opinion on it. I feel like adding new professions, small business, and fixing retail systems that we already have is kind of like, I don't know, but I do like the fact that I guess we can now do malls. These three right here, this whole like buy this and there and you get this, I don't get it. For me personally, the 3 items are absolutely never worth it, but I feel like a lot of people are just gonna say otherwise. Now, again, I do like the fact that you can do a family run business, but it's not something out of the ordinary, because again, at Dine Out, you can do the very same thing. This just adds a little bit more complex system to it, and I feel like that's not justifiable for it being an expansion pack. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. I just feel like this is something like, okay, yeah, like the ceramics and pottery is cute, but where are the hobbies? Where the heck are the hobbies? This is not a hobbies expansion pack. This is a business DLC that should be a game pack. In no way, shape, or form should this be considered hobbies, because again, they're lacking so many hobbies already. And on top of that, this is something that we've already seen before. Like I said, this is giving very much repetitive, and I feel like they're dragging this out. Like a lot of these features are stating, hey, you need this DLC in order for this to work, which is why I feel like a lot of this is justifiable of the fact that this should have been a base game update, because a lot of the reason that you can even do these businesses is because you need other DLCs, like Get to Work, you need Dine Out, or Cats and Dogs. There are just so many vampires, werewolves. It's not me, y'all. It's literally stating in the trailer at the bottom, stating you need these packs in order for something to look right. And I just feel like it's kind of crash grabby, and it's a little annoying. And that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about this, and I'm going to do a gameplay review on it as usual. So stay tuned for that. Again, it's not coming out until next month, so we do have a ways to go. But y'all let me know down below in the comments, do you guys feel like this is justifiable, and are you guys planning on getting it? I do feel like the multi-purpose slots are one of the biggest reasons why why a lot of people are going to do this, because you now get to live in the business that you own. And it wasn't kind of separated in a way from that. This is just more of like a standard, hey, you can now designate for sure, the business versus, you know, like going outside and setting up your little shop outside of your house. You can now designate a certain place for that. And I feel like there's a time and place for it, but I don't know, y'all. To me, it should have been a game pack. I said what I said. Y'all let me know down below in the comments how you guys feel about it. And again, with all that being said, we are officially on the road to 40K subscribers. And if you did learn something new or enjoyed my opinion, please give it a thumbs up, because it truly does help on my channel. And whether you're a silent viewer, you share my videos, you like my videos, or you comment on my videos, at the end of the day, you still showed me some love. And for that, I thank you. I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye.